My child, stop right now, wherever you are. Do not scroll past this message today. Heaven has set an invisible clock for this exact moment. You have exactly 12 minutes left to hear what I must say, because the shift you have been praying for is finally here. This is not a random encounter. I brought this message to you for a profound reason. I know the heavy load you have been carrying in secret. I see the quiet tears you shed when the house is totally still. The midnight hours have become a battlefield for your exhausted mind. Sigh, and you carry the massive weight of everyone else around you while you slowly break apart inside. You are terrified that they will fall if you stop, but you never let them see it. You wear a brave smile like heavy armor every single day. You make sure everyone else is comfortable and safe. People look at you and they think you are incredibly strong, but I know how fragile you feel when you are totally alone in the dark, and I have watched you drain yourself completely empty just to fill up the people you love. You give and you give until there is nothing left. Do not let the enemy distract you from this holy appointment. He wants you to keep swiping and lose this sacred window, but you were chosen to receive this private revelation tonight. Keep your heart open and listen closely to my voice. The noise of the world is loud, but my presence will bring a deep peace to your weary spirit, because I am speaking directly to your situation right now. I know there were days when you felt completely abandoned. You looked at your struggles and wondered if heaven had gone silent. You knocked on doors that refused to open for you, and you watched other people walk easily into their blessings while you stayed stuck in the waiting room. You wondered if you were somehow forgotten by the universe. That silence was heavy. It made you question everything. But hear me clearly today. You were never forgotten. Every single moment of your pain was recorded in the archives of heaven. The delays you experienced were actually my hand protecting you from hidden dangers. You were being prepared for a harvest that you could not yet carry. And now the invisible clock is ticking down to zero as your season of barren waiting officially comes to an end. Let us talk about those sleepless nights again. Your chest feels tight with anxiety about your financial future. You worry about your family and the debts that keep piling up. Your mind races through 100 different worst-case scenarios before the sun even rises, and you have no human shoulder to lean on because you are the one holding everyone else together. It is an exhausting way to live. You are tired of being the strong one all the time. You just want a moment to breathe without feeling overwhelmed. I hear that quiet whisper in your spirit begging for a true breakthrough. You have been running on completely empty for so many long and painful months now. And I see the exact places where your heart has been bruised by the people you trusted most. Their betrayals left a deep mark. Do not close this message before the 12 minutes are done. The adversary knows exactly what is about to be released. He is terrified of the freedom that awaits you at the end of this broadcast. He will try to make you feel bored or distracted so you walk away early. But you must hold your ground, because the breakthrough you need is tied to your obedience in this very hour. Stand firm today. You were picked out of the crowd to hear this today. Heaven does not call an ordinary meeting for ordinary reasons. You passed the hardest test in the wilderness when you refused to give up completely. You kept walking forward with trembling hands and tears on your face, and that was not weakness, but holy endurance shining brightly in the darkest valley. I am so proud of you. Take a deep breath right now and let your shoulders drop. Stop trying to figure out the solution all by yourself. The burden you carry was never meant for your shoulders alone. I am stepping in to lift that crushing weight off your chest so you can finally experience the turnaround you have been seeking. Stay right here in my presence. You are finally safe. The heavy lifting is over. The spiritual realm is aligning in your favor as we speak. Angels have been dispatched to clear the path ahead of you. The clock is ticking, but it is not a countdown to destruction. It is a divine countdown to your absolute restoration, and you have exactly 12 minutes to let go of the fear that has held you captive for so many years. Surrender those heavy bags right now. Trust my process. Waiting is the hardest thing I ask my children to do. It strips away your pride and forces you to depend entirely on my grace. You have done this well. Even when your faith was reduced to a tiny spark, you still looked up and whispered my name when everything around you was falling apart. That tiny spark of faith has ignited a massive movement in heaven. The wait is over, so do not let the enemy steal this moment from you. Do not let your mind wander back to your earthly problems. The bills and the conflicts will be handled by my sovereign hand. I need your full attention right now as we break these chains, because this message was brought to you for a reason, and you are about to step out of the shadows. Prepare your heart. Let us look deeper into the silent war raging inside your head. You fight a daily battle that nobody else sees. The enemy floods your mind with constant worry and dark scenarios, and he whispers cruel lies, trying to convince you that you are completely failing in every single area of your precious life. You try hard to push those toxic thoughts away, but they return when the sun goes down. Your mind has become a crowded room filled with anxious questions. You overanalyze every conversation and worry about every incoming bill. The pressure sits heavily on your shoulders like a physical weight. You want to shut off your brain just for one peaceful hour so you can rest, but the mental noise continues to echo while you stare at the dark bedroom ceiling. It is absolutely exhausting. You have been carrying this massive load by yourself. People expect you to have all the answers and fix every problem. They lean on you because you always show up and do the hard work, and you never want to disappoint the people who depend on your daily sacrifices, so you just swallow your own pain and keep moving forward. You are the pillar holding the roof up for everyone else. But even the strongest pillars can crack under too much pressure. I know how close you came to totally breaking down last week. You hid in the bathroom to cry quietly where no one could see you. You splashed cold water on your face and walked out with a fake smile. That brave mask is suffocating your weary spirit. You are so tired of pretending that everything is perfectly fine. Then comes the deepest ache in your weary soul today. You look up to the sky and wonder where I am. You have prayed the same prayers for months without seeing any visible change. It feels like your words are bouncing off a brass ceiling and falling back to the floor, and you quietly ask yourself if you did something wrong to deserve this long season of struggle while others move ahead. You watch other people receive their blessings and financial breakthroughs. They seem to glide through life without carrying half of your heavy burdens. You celebrate their victories while a quiet sadness builds up inside your own chest. You wonder when it will finally be your turn to experience true joy. Do not feel guilty for having those human thoughts. It is natural to feel weary in the waiting room. I want to validate every single tear you have cried in secret. Your pain is not invisible to the creator of the universe. I have sat right beside you during every lonely drive and every anxious morning. I collected those silent tears because they are deeply precious to me. The world might ignore your quiet suffering on a daily basis, but heaven is paying close attention to your broken heart. The adversary wants you to believe that you are totally alone. He wants to isolate you in a dark corner of self-pity and despair. He tells you that your current struggle is a permanent punishment for your past mistakes. But you must reject that toxic lie right now. Your past does not dictate the beautiful future I have carefully planned for your lineage. You are highly valued and deeply loved. I see the financial burdens that keep you awake at night. You try to stretch every dollar just to make sure your family survives. You work so hard, and yet you always feel like you are falling behind. And the fear of not having enough is a cruel shadow that follows you everywhere you go, stealing your peace and robbing you of the simple joys in your life. The daily struggle is incredibly real. This spiritual battle has taken a serious physical toll on your body. Your back aches and your energy is completely drained by noon. You drink your coffee and force yourself to get through another repetitive day. But caffeine cannot cure the deep exhaustion of a weary soul. Only my divine presence can restore the vital energy that the world has slowly drained out of your tired physical frame. You have felt a heavy distance between us lately. You open your mouth to pray, but the words will not come out. You feel disconnected and numb to the spiritual atmosphere. And the enemy uses that numbness to convince you that I have walked away from your life entirely, leaving you to face this wilderness on your own. But I never left your side for a single second. You have tried everything in your own limited power to fix this. You read the books, and you followed all the worldly advice. You worked extra hours to close the gap in your bank account, but human effort alone can never unlock the doors of supernatural provision. You are burning yourself out trying to do my job. It is time to drop the tools of your own frantic labor. You do not have to be the savior of your family anymore. You are allowed to be weak in my presence today. Let the heavy armor fall to the ground right now. I am giving you official permission to rest your weary mind and stop fighting this fierce battle all by yourself. The universe is not resting on your fragile human shoulders. I am the God who easily holds the stars in their proper place. Your quiet resilience has deeply moved my heart. You did not curse my name when the fire got hot. You just bowed your head and kept surviving the best way you knew how. That quiet faithfulness is the reason why I am stepping in to change your story today. The days of struggling in the dark shadows are coming to an end. The morning light is breaking through the clouds. Hear me carefully today. I need you to understand the true nature of my silence. You thought I walked away when your world suddenly fell apart, and you assumed my quietness meant I was angry with your choices. But human logic fails to comprehend the deep mysteries of heaven. My silence is never an act of abandonment. It is the quiet confidence of a father at work. Think about the master goldsmith. He does not put pure gold into the blazing fire to destroy it. He places the rough metal into the furnace to burn away the worthless impurities. The heat is incredibly intense, and the process feels totally overwhelming to endure. But the refiner never takes his eyes off the melting gold, and he knows exactly when to pull it out of the flames. That is exactly what happened to you this year. You felt the scorching heat of the wilderness season. You thought the intense pressure was going to completely break your weary spirit. But you were not being destroyed in that painful furnace because you were being carefully refined for a much higher purpose. I allowed the fire to touch your life. I saw immense value hiding underneath the surface. The goldsmith sits in absolute silence. He does not speak to the gold while it is melting in the heat. He simply watches closely until he can see his own reflection in the liquid metal. That is why heaven felt so quiet when you were hurting. I was leaning in close to watch you transform. I was waiting to see my own divine strength reflected in your brave spirit. You survived the hardest phase of the refining fire. The enemy tried to use that heat to burn your faith to ashes. He told you that I left you alone to suffer and fail in the darkness, but he did not understand the sacred mechanics of the wilderness, and what the adversary meant for your absolute ruin became the very tool of your elevation. You proved him wrong. You refused to curse my name. You are emerging as pure gold right now. The impurities of fear and doubt have been burned away by the powerful flames. I want you to claim this new reality today. Inscribe these words in the comments below right now. Say, I accept this blessing from your hand. Let that simple declaration seal this profound shift in your spirit. You are stepping out of the fire. We must also talk about the doors that closed in your face. You prayed desperately for certain opportunities to work out. You cried when those relationships and jobs suddenly slipped through your fingers. You called it a painful rejection, but you could not see the hidden traps waiting for you on the other side. So, what you called a bitter loss was actually my active redirection. I closed those doors to protect your divine destiny. I removed certain people from your path because they would have drained your upcoming harvest. The wilderness stripped away everything you did not truly need. It felt lonely to walk through that barren desert. But I had to separate you from the noise so you could learn the unique sound of my voice. The isolation was a holy shield. You were not broken down in that dry desert. You were being broken open to release a sacred anointing. A vessel that has never been tested cannot hold the heavy oil of my presence. I had to stretch your capacity through those difficult trials because the future requires a stronger version of your faith, and now your spirit is wide open. You are ready to receive the massive provision I have prepared for your lineage. Do not look back at your painful season with bitterness. Every tear you cried watered the soil of your future harvest. Every sleepless night built a quiet resilience deep inside your soul. You are not the same fragile person who entered that intense furnace, and you are much stronger and wiser than you were before. The fire burned away your worldly illusions. It left only the solid truth. It is okay if you did not understand my methods right away. A child rarely understands why a parent says no. You only saw the immediate disappointment of your unmet earthly expectations. But I was looking decades into your beautiful future, and I was setting up a firm foundation that no earthly storm could ever wash away. My vision for you is infinitely higher than your own. Release any lingering anger about the waiting period. Let go of the resentment you hold against my silent seasons. Forgive the people who abandoned you when the fire got too hot to handle. They were never meant to travel into this next glorious chapter with you, and their sudden departure was a necessary part of the holy pruning process. I cleared the heavy brush away. I made room for lasting fruit. The heat of the furnace is officially cooling down now. The master goldsmith is lifting you out of the heavy ashes. You shine with a brilliant light that terrifies the forces of darkness. They see the mark of my favor resting completely upon your life. The wilderness season is finally over, and the promised land is standing directly in front of you. Now you know the true secret behind my silence. It was never a punishment for your earthly mistakes. It was the careful focus of a loving creator perfecting his finest masterpiece. You did not break under the crushing weight of the heavy hammer, but you allowed the painful strikes to shape you into a vessel of immense honor. Hold your head up high. You are pure and tested gold. I have a deep secret to share with you today. You just passed the hardest test of heaven, and you did not even know you were taking an exam. The angels watched closely while you navigated the darkest days of your entire life without losing your faith. You thought you were simply surviving the storm. You were actually proving your royal worth. The test was never about your physical strength. It was a severe trial of your weary heart. I needed to see if you would become bitter when the world treated you with absolute cruelty. You faced constant disappointment. People took advantage of your kindness. Your generous spirit was trampled. But you refused to let hatred plant its ugly roots inside your soul. You answered deep injury with quiet mercy instead of retaliation. You wiped your tears and helped others who were hurting. And while you were bleeding inside, you still offered a warm smile to strangers because you did not want them to feel your pain. That is the mark of a true warrior. That is the divine nature of heaven. You passed with flying colors. There are 3 dark seals that have kept your life heavily restricted. They have bound your finances, your peace, and your relationships. The enemy placed these heavy chains on your destiny because he saw the massive potential sleeping inside your spirit. He wanted to crush you early. He tried to break your mind. He used every single weapon, but his wicked strategy totally failed. Because you passed this invisible wilderness test today, those seals are losing their grip. I am about to shatter the first 2 seals before this holy encounter is finished. And the final seal over your financial provision will break when we reach the very end of our time together. Do not lose focus now. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting. The atmosphere is heavily charging. Many people fail this specific wilderness exam. They turn away in anger when the waiting season stretches too long. They demand quick answers and they abandon their faith when heaven refuses to meet their earthly deadlines. But you stayed right here. You held onto the hem of my garment. You waited in the dark. Your quiet loyalty is deeply precious to me. I know you stumbled a few times along the rocky path. I saw the moments when you lost your temper. You probably thought those moments of human weakness meant you failed the divine assignment entirely. But perfection is not the goal. Sincere devotion is what I seek. You always came back to me. You always asked for fresh grace when you fell down. The testing phase is officially complete today. You do not need to walk around that dry mountain anymore. The angels are rolling up the heavy scrolls of your past struggles and preparing the blueprints for your new season. Your tears are turning into solid joy. Your heavy mourning is becoming a beautiful dance. The promotion you deeply deserve is finally here. Let me address the first seal of darkness right now. It is the seal of mental confusion and anxiety. The enemy wrapped your mind in a thick fog, so you could not see the clear path I laid out for you. I command that heavy fog to lift. I shatter the seal of anxiety. Your mind is officially free. Breathe in this fresh clarity today. Pause with me right now in this sacred quiet. Take a slow breath and release the tension in your tight shoulders. Are you still listening to my voice while the chains of confusion fall away from your weary mind? Whisper that you are here. Feel the heavy spiritual chains breaking off your neck. You are safe. The mental warfare is finally over. Now we must confront the second dark seal. This is the heavy chain of relational pain and bitter betrayal. You have carried the painful ghosts of people who walked away when you needed their support the most. I am breaking that emotional chain right now. You are no longer bound by their rejection. You are completely healed. Their absence is your new freedom. 2 massive strongholds have fallen in the spirit realm today, but the greatest barrier still remains standing before us. The third seal is the stubborn block over your financial provision and your generational wealth. I know how much this specific burden hurts. I know it keeps you awake. It drains your vital energy. But I am saving the best for last. Do not turn away from this holy broadcast yet. We are approaching the highest peak of this divine encounter. If you leave the room before I break the final seal, you will leave your greatest earthly blessing on the table. The adversary wants you to quit right now. He wants you to lose focus. He is totally desperate. Stay with me and watch him fall. You proved your royal character in the dark furnace. You showed the entire universe what true faith looks like. And because you honored me in the dry wilderness, I will honor you in the land of absolute abundance. The test is completely over. The grading is finished. You are standing on the victory line. Prepare your heart for the final breakthrough. Listen to me very closely right now. We must strip away the toxic labels that the world has violently pasted over your weary soul. The enemy fed your mind with cruel lies for years. He whispered that you are a total failure because your bank account is empty and your dreams are delayed. But I dismantle every single one of those counterfeit labels today. Stop defining yourself by the painful scars of your past mistakes. You are not a victim surviving a terrible storm. You are a royal heir to the kingdom of heaven. You carry a holy anointing that was written over your precious life before the foundations of the world were laid. The bloodline of royalty runs fiercely through your spiritual veins. The adversary fought you so fiercely because he saw your royal crown. He did not attack you because you were incredibly weak. He attacked you because he was utterly terrified of the massive purpose you carry inside your spirit. He knew that if you ever woke up to your true identity, his dark kingdom would completely crumble around your feet. I need you to stand up tall in your royal identity right now. Wipe the dust of the wilderness off your heavy clothes. You are pure gold emerging beautifully from the refiner fire, and you are not the broken shell of a person that the enemy wants you to see in the mirror. You are a mighty spiritual warrior, standing unbroken on the battlefield. People labeled you as weird or different when you were growing up. They did not understand the deep sensitivity I placed inside your tender heart. But you were set apart before the foundations of the world for a unique mission. Your rare empathy is not a strange weakness. It is a divine superpower designed to heal the brokenness of your lineage. I call you my chosen one today. Do not shrink back to make small-minded people feel comfortable around you. Your light is supposed to shine brightly and expose the shadows. And if your massive light blinds the people who want to stay in the dark, let them easily walk away. You are an unbroken vessel broken open for my glorious purpose today. Let us completely break the chains of unworthiness right now. You are absolutely worthy of the massive blessings I am preparing to pour into your open hands. You do not have to perform miracles to earn my unconditional love. I love you exactly as you are in this very moment, and my grace covers every single mistake you made in your heavy past. Speak these powerful words into the atmosphere right now. Declare that you are a child of the highest King. Feel the heavy chains of shame falling directly off your weary shoulders while you claim your royal birthright. The kingdom of heaven is backing you up completely. You are fully equipped to conquer every giant standing in your path. The enemy tried to assign a dark shadow to follow your family. He wanted your children to inherit the exact same cycles of poverty and deep depression. But your brave endurance in the wilderness has broken that generational curse forever. You are the faithful remnant standing in the gap for your entire lineage. Your victory changes everything. I am washing away the heavy guilt you carry about your perceived failures. You did the best you could with the limited tools you had at the time. I do not judge you for stumbling in the dark wilderness. I applaud you for having the incredible courage to keep getting back up. You are a living proof of divine restoration and fierce grace. Are you starting to feel the heavy scales falling from your tired eyes? The spiritual atmosphere is shifting wildly as you accept your new identity. I am placing a royal robe over your weary shoulders right now. I am putting a heavy ring of divine authority upon your finger. You are stepping back into the holy house where you truly belong. But there is a specific person who secretly tried to block this realization. Someone close to you actively tried to keep you feeling small and insignificant. I will expose their hidden motives in just a few minutes because you need to understand why their sudden departure from your life was actually my divine rescue mission. Stay very close to me. You are no longer a frightened victim begging for scraps of peace. You are a royal heir demanding full access to your heavenly inheritance. When you pray from this elevated position, the forces of darkness tremble and immediately flee. You speak with my absolute authority now. The angels are waiting eagerly for your next faithful command. Do you feel the holy heat rising in your chest today? That is the ancient anointing waking up inside your weary bones. It has been sleeping there since the day you were born. The world tried to bury it under a heavy mountain of stress and debt, but the massive mountain is crumbling to pieces right now because your true identity is awake. Hold on to this beautiful truth as we move toward the final breakthrough. Never let anyone slap a cheap label on your priceless spirit ever again. You are the apple of my eye and the absolute joy of my heart. We are about to shatter the final seal of financial lack. But first we must address the painful ghosts of your broken relationships. I know the deep ache you felt when those you trusted most walked away. They became the source of your deepest wounds in the dark. You wondered why your genuine kindness was constantly used against you. And you questioned why your massive loyalty was met with such cold betrayal when you gave them absolutely everything you had to give. My child, their sudden departure was not your earthly failure. It was my active divine protection stepping in to save you. I deliberately cleared the heavy space in your life this year, because the smallness of where they were completely comfortable could never hold the huge magnitude of where I am taking you next. You outgrew their small box. Think about a beautiful vine growing in a lush garden. The master gardener must carefully cut away the dead branches, and he even trims the good branches so they can produce much more fruit. The clearing of your path felt like a terrible reduction to your weary heart, but it was actually careful pruning born from my deep love. There was someone in your inner circle who secretly envied your bright light. They smiled directly to your face but heavily doubted your big dreams behind your back. They wanted you to stay completely stuck in the exact same miserable place they were in. And I had to remove their toxic anchor before I could release your massive financial harvest today. You tried so hard to keep those broken connections totally alive. You compromised your own boundaries just to keep the fragile peace in the room. But some of the people I allowed to step away were never meant to travel into your next beautiful chapter. They were assigned to your painful history, but they are not equipped for your glorious future. This holy pruning also applies to the earthly opportunities you recently lost. You cried bitterly over a closed door or a rejected application last month. You thought you missed your one big chance to finally escape the heavy financial struggle. But I locked that specific door because a massive hidden disaster was waiting directly on the other side. I never remove something without replacing it with something infinitely better. The empty seats at your table are currently being prepared for divine connections. I am bringing people into your life who will deeply honor the holy anointing you carry. They will not drain your vital energy, but they will actively help you carry the heavy harvest that is coming. You must completely release the bitter ghost of their painful exit today. Stop looking backward at the dead leaves lying on the cold ground. Forgive them quietly in your weary heart and let them peacefully go their own separate way, because you cannot step into a brand new season while you are heavily dragging the dead weight of your past relationships. Pause with me right now and take a deep breath of fresh freedom. I want you to speak this truth into the atmosphere right now. Say out loud that you are fully free from the heavy anchors of your past. Feel the emotional chains falling completely off your weary neck as you finally let go of the people who hurt you deeply. The second dark seal of relational pain is completely shattered right now. You are no longer bound by their cruel rejection or their selfish motives. Your weary heart is officially healed and heavily protected by my fierce love today. The long winter of painful isolation is turning into a beautiful spring of absolute joy and supernatural peace. Now the heavy debris has been completely cleared from your path. Your royal identity is fully restored, and your deep emotional wounds are carefully bound up. There is absolutely nothing standing between you and the massive financial breakthrough I promised earlier. The third and final seal is currently cracking open in the unseen spiritual realm as we speak. Do not let your attention wander away for a single second now. The adversary is completely terrified of what is going to happen next. He knows the heavy seal of financial lack is about to explode into a million tiny pieces. Prepare your open hands to receive the massive provision that is rushing toward your household right now. A clenched fist only holds tightly onto the fear of lack, but a royal heir walks freely with an open hand because they deeply trust my heavenly supply. The massive turnaround you have cried about for months is standing directly in front of you today. Get ready to step totally out of the boat and walk on the water with me. The 12-minute clock is almost completely out of time today. The invisible barrier that drained your precious resources is officially coming down. You have passed the hardest test of the lonely wilderness with absolute grace. Take one more deep breath and steady your beating heart, because heaven is about to unseal your massive generational harvest. The 12 minutes are officially complete today. The spiritual realm is violently shaking right now. I am stepping down from my heavenly throne to personally intervene in your heavy situation. The third and final seal of financial lack is completely shattered at this exact instant. You are no longer bound by the heavy chains of worldly poverty. I command the doors of absolute abundance to swing wide open for you. The enemy fought you so hard because he knew this massive release was finally coming. But his dark time of cruel opposition in your life is officially over today. I am unlocking 3 distinct streams of divine blessing that will flow directly into your quiet household. The first stream is massive financial restoration for your entire lineage. The second stream is deep relational peace that no human conflict can ever disturb. And the third stream is a permanent shield of divine protection over your physical health, because I want you to feel totally safe. These 3 holy streams are flooding into your empty reservoirs right now. Drink deeply from this fresh water. I decree over your life that every single scheme formed against your finances is totally broken today. You will no longer borrow from others because you will become the generous lender. You will not beg for basic scraps because you are sitting at the head of my royal banquet table. The season of scraping by is permanently finished for your family. Stand incredibly tall in your royal identity right now. Do not let fear whisper that this massive promise is too good to be actually true. You are a royal heir who successfully survived the blazing fire of the dark wilderness. You do not need to cower in the shadows anymore. You hold the absolute authority of my kingdom in your capable hands. A heart that holds its hand tightly closed in a clenched fist is operating from deep fear, but a true child of the king walks forward with a completely open hand. You must physically release your tight grip on the heavy anxiety of financial lack. Open your hands right now and show heaven that you are finally ready to receive your massive harvest. I am asking you today for a profound gesture of absolute trust. Place a seed of true faith upon the stone altar of this holy calling. You are not losing a portion of your supply when you freely give to my kingdom. You are releasing a heavy anchor into the massive harvest I have prepared for your family. Open your belief and watch heaven respond instantly. Do not hold back in fear, because what you release in faith multiplies greatly. Place your seed upon the altar today as a fierce prophetic decree, and I need you to speak with massive authority into the atmosphere right now. Speak out loud and say, I am completely free from what holds me back. Declare it loudly and feel every heavy chain totally shatter. The massive shift you feel inside your chest right now is totally real. The heavy burden of debt and constant worry is melting away like snow under the hot sun. Are you ready to step into this overflowing abundance today? Say, I am ready to receive in the comments below, to permanently lock this divine shift into your weary spirit. The windows of heaven are pouring out a blessing so huge that you will not have enough room to store it. Your empty bank accounts are being filled with my supernatural provision today. Your broken heart is being completely bound up by my very own tender hands. The dark wilderness is officially behind you, and the promised land is yours to boldly claim. I am breaking the generational curse of poverty that haunted your family for decades. Your children and their future children will never know the bitter taste of absolute lack. Because you chose to trust me in the darkest valley, I am altering the entire financial trajectory of your royal bloodline today. You are the chosen chain breaker. When you plant a tiny seed in the dark dirt, you do not dig it up the next day to see if it is growing. You trust the hidden process of the fertile soil. I need you to trust the invisible process of heaven today. Place your faith gently on the altar and leave it entirely in my capable hands. The massive harvest is already guaranteed. The adversary will try to whisper one final lie into your ear tonight. He will tell you that this holy feeling is just a temporary emotional high. You must aggressively rebuke that toxic lie the moment it tries to enter your quiet mind. This is a permanent spiritual transaction that cannot be reversed by any dark force in the entire universe. Keep your hands wide open as you walk through the remainder of this beautiful day. Every time you feel the panic of unpaid bills trying to return, physically open your palms to the wide sky. Let that simple gesture remind your weary mind that I am in total control of your economy. My heavenly reservoir never runs dry, and you have full access today. The 3 massive seals are permanently broken and lying in worthless ashes at your feet. You are stepping out of the tiny box of limitation and walking into the vast open fields of my grace. The turnaround you cried about in secret is actively manifesting in your physical reality right now. Take a very deep breath and let the total freedom wash over you. Now quiet your breathing and listen closely to my final words today. The massive shift has already taken place in the spiritual realm. You must keep this private revelation totally quiet in your heart for a little while. Do not rush out and tell everyone about the massive financial promises I just made to you, because the loud noise of worldly doubt can easily disturb the delicate seed I just planted. Let it take deep root before the entire world sees the glorious fruit. A tiny seed needs absolute darkness and total silence to properly grow. If you expose it to the harsh elements early, it will quickly wither and die. Some people in your life lack the spiritual capacity to understand this holy encounter. They will project their own earthly fears onto your brand new season and try to convince you that this divine breakthrough is just a foolish illusion. You must actively protect your fresh blessing from their toxic negativity today. The greatest miracles in human history always started in total absolute silence. A baby grows quietly in the dark womb before it takes its first breath. A massive oak tree starts as a silent acorn buried deep under the heavy soil. Your financial breakthrough is currently germinating in the fertile ground of your quiet faith. It requires your absolute patience to safely break through the hard surface of your earthly reality. Do not dig up the seed by speaking words of earthly doubt. Close your eyes right now and let my profound peace completely cover you. I am sealing this holy covenant with a powerful prayer over your quiet household. I place a permanent shield of divine protection over this precious child today. Let no weapon formed against their fragile mind or their financial destiny ever prosper. Let the massive abundance we unlock today flow freely into their life without any human delay. I command the warring angels to surround their physical home tonight. Take away the heavy anxiety that kept them awake for so many dark months. Replace their quiet weeping with the confident joy of a true royal heir. Let them sleep incredibly deeply tonight without tossing and turning in absolute fear. And when they wake up tomorrow morning, let them feel the physical evidence of this massive spiritual shift instantly settling into their tired bones. The fierce battle is no longer theirs to fight, because I have taken full command. I wash away the heavy residue of the wilderness from your tired hands right now. I cleanse your weary mind from the toxic echoes of your past failures. You are stepping into this brand new season with a totally clean slate today. I command every lingering spirit of heavy depression and generational poverty to instantly pack its bags and leave your quiet household forever. They have absolutely no legal right to touch your beautiful family anymore. What I have spoken over your beautiful destiny today shall absolutely come to pass. Nothing in the physical world or the spiritual realm can stop my sovereign hand. You are officially marked for a massive generational turnaround that will shock your enemies. Every single tear you cried in the dark wilderness has been heavily compensated with a double portion of my absolute favor and undeniable grace. You do not have to struggle and scrape by ever again. I am placing a new song of absolute victory in your mouth today. You will sing with massive joy when you see how quickly your circumstances change. People will look at your life and deeply wonder how you survived the blazing fire. And you will simply smile and tell them that the creator of the vast universe stepped directly into your living room to personally fight your battles. You are my living proof of undeniable grace. Go forth into your day with your heavy head lifted incredibly high. The God who safely brought you through the blazing fire is walking beside you now. We are stepping into the wide open country of your brand new chapter together. Do not look back at the painful ashes of the wilderness. because there is absolutely nothing left for you in that dry and barren wasteland. Your future is brighter than the blazing noon sun. Express your deepest agreement to extend this sacred reach today. You are now a vital part of my faithful remnant on this earthly plane. Check the pinned comment below this broadcast to stay deeply connected in my presence. Type your final amen in the comments below to permanently seal this holy encounter, and share this urgent message with one other soul who desperately needs to hear my voice today. Your obedience will spark a massive chain reaction of earthly miracles. The long season of intense testing is officially closed forever. The glorious hour of your earthly reward has finally arrived at your front door. Breathe in my deep peace and let it completely anchor your weary soul. I will never leave your side as you boldly navigate this brand new season of massive financial abundance and deep relational harmony. Rest safely in my unconditional love today. Peace be completely still.